Hi everybody, and welcome to vlog 6. First of all, I want to just apologize for how late this vlog is. I was kind of at a loss at the topic to talk about because I pretty much covered everything, and there was one thing that had been coming up in quite a few messages, so I just decided to use that as my topic for this one. And the topic is coming out to parents. I know as well as anybody that it's really troubling to come out to parents, especially for the younger transgendered, population that need their parents' love and support and, acceptance. And I'm really not sure that I should be giving advice on this subject. I mean, what I did didn't really yield good results, but I'm going to tell you my story anyway. I knew since I was about 13 years old that I was trans, and I wanted to do something about it, especially since it was around that time when I actually found out that there was something called, sex reassignment surgery, and, that someone could get. I was too scared to tell my parents at first because, I wanted them to be proud of me like anyone does. I mean, who wants someone to say, hey, look, there's my kid, the pervert? I wanted them to, say, this is my kid right here, look at all the accolades and such. Anyway, so I tried to find somebody that I knew that about transition. They knew all about it, and they might be able to help me. Since we didn't get a computer until I was like very, very late in high school, my resources were quite limited at this time. The only person I really knew that was transgendered was Jonah, since I had seen her on TV. So I threw everything that I had into finding her, because at least with her, I had a name. I had something to go on. I didn't have anything else for anyone else. And I also started keeping a journal since the year 1992. And, it was just something to write down whenever I had something to say, and thought maybe one day I could look back at this and try and make sense of everything. Anyway, as time wore on, and even the internet didn't get me any closer to finding Jonah, I finally gave up on that and seriously considered telling my parents. Unfortunately, at this time, my sister was in the abusive relationship she still is in. But anyway, at this time it was causing so much tension and drama in the family. I really didn't want to rock the boat any more than it already was anyway. So later I kind of lost hope that she'd ever leave him. And a good friend that I totally trusted and still do convinced me that it was time to tell them. So at first I just sat down and I told my mom. My dad was off watching some TV, so he was a little distracted at the time. So I just came out and told my mom, It's like, so I want to be a girl, And at first she was a little indifferent. She really didn't say anything and just kind of left the room and turned the light off on me. So I kind of thought she was upset. So I retreated to my room and tried to go to sleep. Later, I woke up at an odd hour and overheard her talking to somebody on the phone, and she was explaining how she didn't think I was serious about it. She thought it was just some kind of cry for help because, my sister and all her drama was, her little saga, as I called it, was getting all the attention. So that's what she thought I was trying to do, just get attention. So later I got this awesome brainstorm. So what I did was I left the house, and for a couple days actually, and I left my journals on the desk before I headed out. And then I called while I was out, and I told my dad, who answered, and he hung up the phone on me because I was supposed to be at a job interview and I wasn't, so he was a little torqued. Anyway, I called him right back and told him to read the notebooks on my desk. If you're all confused about me and don't know what my problem is, the answers are in my desk. He's like, well, why don't you just tell me now? I'm like, because I got to be somewhere. Of course, I really did. I was getting my computer fixed. But anyway, I just said, read the journals. Of course, I called them notebooks. But anyway. And by this time, I had about a collection of 4 notebooks. So yeah, they went back before my sister even had a boyfriend. So it showed I'd been thinking it over, and it wasn't just something I came up with like even a year ago. This had been something that had been going on for a very long time. Anyway, having them read those journals, it kind of showed them that I was, I wasn't trying to get attention. I wasn't, trying to play a joke on them, and I was dead serious about the whole thing. I'd been thinking it over for quite some time. Of course, once they knew I was serious, and once I came home, they threw me in therapy right away. Yippee, yippee, yippee. So yeah, that was my big thing, going into therapy. Anyway, I know not everyone has, an extensive collection of journals to help them say what they want to say. And I know it's hard to tell people, especially your parents. It's very hard to tell them. But you just have to let them know that you're serious. And you just have to keep on them no matter what, because otherwise they'll just think it was a joke. And you just have to hope that when you tell them, they're willing to accept it and they're willing to help you. I mean, I've heard stories about transsexuals that, they've told their parents and they're like, "You want to be a girl, huh? Well, guess the next thing we have to do is buy you some dresses. Let's go shopping." Of course, not everybody is so lucky. In fact, most people aren't that lucky. That's kind of a rare case right there. But if you can manage to get a hold of the book True Selves, it has plenty of good pointers for telling parents and just pretty much everybody, actually. And yeah, I had my parents read that eventually. Didn't seem to help much, but hey, you know what? At least I was trying. So yeah, I'm no expert on this. I mean, I don't claim to be an expert. I don't claim that this is something that anyone should do, because it's probably not even worth listening to me, because all I got into was therapy. But I still hope that if it wasn't helpful or enlightening, that it was at least worth your time to listen to, and maybe even entertaining as well. But so that's my stories of how I came out to my parents. And in closing, I just want to say that I'm really sorry about the lighting in here. You probably can't tell back there, but it's raining right now. It has been raining for about the last week. It's kind of why I'm in a little bit of a darker outfit than normally. It's kind of putting me in a dark mood, but still have to smile because it's not going to change anything anyway. So anyway, it's raining out, and yeah, the lighting is kind of really bad in here, so I'm just going to apologize that first and foremost. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll see you next vlog. Bye, everybody.